Good evening, everybody. It's your favorite aspiring classicist here, a wandering author, reminding you that we are all the authors of our own lives. As always, my message remains the same: spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. And today, I'll have a question for you guys. Have y'all ever wanted to be friends with a king? Because Aristotle did, or at least it reads that way. We're in chapter 11 of book 8 of Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, and he starts off the chapter by saying, under each of these forms of government, we find friendship existing between ruler and ruled, to the same extent as justice. And what he means by each of these forms of government, he's talking about aristocracies, kingships, and democracies or timocracies. And then he continues and says, the friendship of a king for his subjects is one of superiority and beneficence. For a king does good to his subjects, inasmuch as being good he studies to promote their welfare, as a shepherd studies the welfare of his sheep. Hence, Homer called Agamemnon shepherd of the people. The friendship of a father for his child is of the same kind. Only here the benefits bestowed are greater, for the father is the source of the child's existence, which seems to be the greatest of all boons, and of its nurture and education. And we also ascribe the same benefits to our forefathers. For it is as natural for a father to rule his children, and forefathers those descended from them, as for a king to rule his subjects. These friendships, then, involve a superiority of benefits on one side, which is why parents receive honor as well as service. The claims of justice also, therefore, in these relations are not the same on both sides, but proportionate to desert, as is the affection bestowed. The friendship between husband and wife, again, is the same as that which prevails between rulers and subjects in an aristocracy. For it is in proportion to excellence, and the better party receives the larger share of affection, whilst each party receives what is appropriate to each, and the same is true of the claims of justice on either side. Friendship between brothers is like that between members of a comradeship, and remember, those are like trade unions or guilds, a comradeship. The two parties are equal in station and age, and this usually implies identity of feelings and of character. The counterpart of fraternal friendship is that which exists under the timocratic form of constitution, since the ideal of timocracy is that all citizens shall be equal and shall be good, so that they all rule in turn, and all have an equal share of power. And therefore the friendship between them is also one of equality. Under the perverted forms of constitution, friendship, like justice, can have but little scope, and least of all in the worst. Meaning, there is the least amount of friendship and justice in the worst forms of constitution. There is little or no friendship between ruler and ruled. There can be no friendship between them either, any more than there can be justice. For where there is nothing in common between ruler and ruled, there can be no friendship between them either, any more than there can be justice. It is like the relation between a craftsman and his tool, or between the soul and the body. All these instruments, it is true, are benefited by the persons who use them, but there can be no friendship nor justice towards inanimate things. Friendship also is possible with everyone so far as he is a human being. Hence, even in tyrannies, there is but little scope for friendship and justice between ruler and subjects, but there is most room for them in democracies, where the citizens being equal have many things in common. So the more equal people are, the easier it is for them to be friends, according to Aristotle. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of chapter 11. And then in the next chapter, he's going to take a look at relatives, like our cousins, mom, people that are related to us or share our blood. That's how he would phrase it. Anyways, what are y'all doing in order to inspire, uplift, and empower your local community today? Because this world isn't changing unless we all do our part, and you can count on me to do mine daily. Until next time, I love y'all.